Hello there, people of YouTube land. Once again, it is I, the Zombie Messiah, and I apologize for if the final video is of poor quality. I am currently using the web camera on the house laptop, so the quality of this probably isn't going to be all that good. But for today's video, I decided that I was going to do something similar to my anime collection video that I did 2 weeks ago. But for this one, I am going to be showing some of the regular Japanese films that I've got. Now, note that for this video, this is only some of the Japanese movies that I have. The other ones that I've got are Godzilla movies. I will probably do another video on all of the Godzilla movies that I've got when I feel comfortable, that I have enough movies to make a video from. But anyway, with that, and also one other thing, none of the movies that were in the anime collection video are going to be making an appearance in this video. It's all going to be non-anime live action movies. And so, with that being said, we're going to start with The Hidden Blade by Yoji Yamada. Now, this one is more or less your conventional samurai movie. It follows a samurai who in this film it follows a samurai called Minezo Katagiri who according to the blurb, he finds himself torn between the loyalty to a dying tradition and his love for a lowly farm girl. And so yeah, you can tell that this is a romance movie. In fact, there's quite a few samurai movies that are actually romance movies. A lot of them do tend to be action, such as the famous Seven Samurai and 47 Ronin. Yeah, this one is good if you like your samurai, but you don't want a conventional action movie. Next is both of the Battle Royale movies. Battle Royale and Battle Royale 2 Requiem. Now, the basic premise for Battle Royale, this one I can actually explain, is basically the government is tired of the growing increase in the number of juvenile delinquencies. So what they decide to do is set up this new government act called the Battle Royale Act, where at random one class from every school in Japan will be randomly picked and sent off to a deserted island. Now, on this island they have 3 days to kill everyone else in the class until one person remains. Now, if that sounds familiar, it's because this sort of film has been done before with films such as Death Race 2000 and The Running Man. This is the first time that it actually had teenagers as its main cast of characters, and as such, this is pretty much the common nowadays rival for the Hunger Games. And to be honest, I actually prefer this over the Hunger Games, because from what I've seen of the Hunger Games, it just looks like a more boring version of this. And I mean, with the Battle Royale films, the gore is pretty over the top. In fact, one of the most memorable scenes in the first movie is there's these girls that have basically set up their position in a lighthouse, and they've rescued the main character from drowning. Now, because the main character accidentally killed the boyfriend of one of the girls, she decides she's going to poison his meal. What ends up happening is another one of the girls ends up drinking this poisoned meal. She ends up dying, and then because throughout the film there's been this whole atmosphere of you can never truly trust the people that are standing next to you. The girls immediately fall into distrust, except for this one girl who just hides herself away to try and not be killed. And the rest of the girls end up killing each other. And then the girl that poisoned the meal in the first place ended up leaping off the lighthouse to her death. Quite gory, I know, but hey, this is the film that in this film, every single character that takes part in the battle royale have these explosive collars around their necks. And if they're in any of the danger zones for a lengthy period of time, or they don't kill, if they're in any of the danger zones for an extended period of time, they don't follow any of the rules set in battle royale, or there's more than one person surviving, then sorry, just choked a bit there. Yeah, you can see me dying on camera. Alright. I'm gonna try and stop coughing now. But okay, I'm better. Yeah, basically these two are a definite watch. And this one is more of a survival thriller, while this one is actually a lot more of a war movie. In fact, at the beginning of this one, there is actually a whole D-Day style scene as they're storming the island that the terrorist faction founded by the main character of the first film, headed by the main character of the first film, is situated, and it just looks really, really good. So yeah, definitely check out Battle Royale, especially if you've watched The Hunger Games. Right. Next, The Grudge and its sequel, The Grudge 2. Now, when it comes to Japanese horror, The Grudge is one of the most iconic names when it comes to the genre. The basic story for The Grudge, if you haven't seen it, is it focuses around this haunted house that is haunted by an Onryu, who that in the film is referred to as Ju-on. Now, or Kayako. I think it's Kayako. No, Kayako was the having to cheat and look at the next one. No, that doesn't say anything, but yeah, it's either Sadako or Kayako. Yeah, and basically, if anyone enters into her house, she will stalk them, make their lives misery, before killing them and making them another Ju-on. Well, another Onryu. And in case you're wondering what I mean by in case you're wondering what an Onryu is, because I keep bringing up Onryu, Onryu are pretty much vengeful spirits in Japanese mythology. It, obviously not being of Japanese descent myself, I can't exactly give you a full description of the Onryu, but I would recommend doing a Google search or trying to find facts about them from someone else like Gaijin Gunba. But yeah, these two really good horror movies. Next we have The Grudge's rival, The Ring. Now, this one is actually a lot more interesting because, once again, it focuses around an Onryu, but instead of the Onryu possessing a house, like in The Grudge, this one haunts a videotape. And basically, whenever you watch her videotape, you have 7 days before you die. And throughout this, it's pretty much them trying to figure out how to stop themselves from being killed. Obviously, a lot of people will have known this from the American remake starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. No, not Sarah Michelle Gellar. I mean, Naomi Watts. Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar was in the Grudge remake. Actually, no. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, most people will know the Grudge The Ring from the American remake. But seriously, this is actually a good watch, especially since the one that I watch, the one that I have here, is the Ring Trilogy. Don't know if you can see it because on my screen everything is backwards. But yeah, this one comes with the original Ring. It comes with the first Ring movie, Ring 2, and then the prequel Ring 0. So yeah, if you can, try and find this particular collection. Next, we have one that I was actually searching for a while, and I eventually managed to find it. Audition. Now this one, if you're familiar with the anime term yandere, it's not exactly far off from this film. Basically, it follows a middle-aged Japanese man whose wife has died years ago, and his son basically gives him the idea to try and get remarried. And his best friend gives him the idea, hey, why don't we do auditions? They do auditions for plays and they do auditions for movies, so why not do a girlfriend audition and disguise it as a audition for a movie? And so he and the best friend do this, and they end up finding a woman who is kind of quiet and subdued when she first sees them, but then the guy has an interest in her and he wants to try and learn more about her. And that's where this film starts to get interesting, because you actually see them start to develop something of a relationship. And then after a while, he finds out that she was actually heavily abused when she was a kid, and now she's gone completely psycho. Oh, yeah, drop that. But yeah, and the image on the cover here is actually pretty close to one of the scenes in the movie where, well, I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna say anything more about it because I don't want to ruin this movie. But seriously, if you like thrillers with a little hint of romance in there, seriously check this film out. It will probably surprise you in more ways than one. Two more now, and here we have Darkwater. Now, this is another ghost one. However, instead of it being a vengeance ghost, this one is actually a water-themed ghost. Emphasis, well, which is why on the cover here she is wearing a raincoat. Now, the story behind this one is a recently divorced mother and her daughter move into a new apartment complex, and weird goings on start happening with black patches of water leakage appearing on the roof, or appearing on the ceiling, and then they try to live out their normal lives. However, things start getting weirder and weirder, and also things start getting a lot more dangerous. And then they find. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but seriously, if you see this and you like ghost films, then seriously pick this up. And last but not least, yes, this is actually quite a short video, Ishii Takashi's Freezer. Now, if you like the film I Spit on Your Grave, you will probably like this one, because this is essentially I Spit on Your Grave, the Japanese version. And even down to the base story, where a woman ends up being raped by 3 men while they record on the incident, and after she leaves her hometown to live a brand new life in Tokyo, she ends up finding her rapists. And as I just said, with the whole comparison to I Spit on Your Grave, she starts going after them in very violent and brutal ways. I haven't had a chance to watch this film yet, but I mean to watch it at some point, and I'm pretty sure that I will. In fact, who knows? Who knows? If you guys want, I'll probably do a video about this film after I've watched it. So, yeah. Either way, pick this up. It does actually look pretty interesting. So yeah, that was all the Japanese films that I had to hand. And as I said, most of these I've watched. The only ones I haven't had a chance to see are Hidden Blade, the Ring Trilogy, and Freezer. And as I said, I do have more Japanese films. However, most of them are either anime adaptations or kaiju movies. And as I said, at some point I will do the Godzilla movies when I feel I have enough when I've gotten enough of the Godzilla movies where I can actually make a video without, well, a video that would be worth watching. But anyway, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed my little showing into the into the Japanese movies that I have. But if you guys liked what you saw, then please be sure to leave a like, comment, and also subscribe. It helps out a whole lot more than you think, and I will be eternally grateful if you choose to subscribe. Anyway, this has been the Zombie Messiah, signing out. Have a good one.